Hello and welcome to the weekly recap. This is episode number 131. And Maddie, what a busy, crazy week. We had sysadmin week last week, a special, super engaging stream. The community is just rocking. Would you agree?
Absolutely, Rick. Yes, we had a really busy month, I would say, because we kind of dedicated the whole month to the sysadmin day. We wanted to make it special for all our sysadmin out there in the community at Veeam. So I think that was really engaging month. We had a lot of great content that our valuable members shared with us. I really enjoyed our live stream on Friday, and I hope everyone did. I hope everyone engaged with that game that Safia prepared. And thank you again, Jos and Falco, for being there. So really great.
Yeah, that was definitely like a highlight. And I love it when we do those like special productions. We'll get the extra views. It's super engaging. We almost set a record for last week. So it was really, it was awesome. I was, thank you, by the way. And guys, she does all the work. I'm telling you, she does. So thank you so much for all of that, Maddie. And we got a nice and tight upgrade. Ooh, I might have even blown part of the agenda away today, but we got a nice and tight agenda here today. The community's been very busy. You ready to jump into it?
Before we jump in, I wanted
Oh,
to ask you, why are you wearing a shirt? You are at
oh
home.
yes, I know. So, okay, so you're onto it. Whenever I usually because we got a busy day in an early day or whatever, but I'm actually just checking. Oh, I got that text I was talking to you about. But basically, I have a whopper of a day today, Maddie. No joke. Like right from 9:00 when I get in to the office, I got call after call after call after call. It's my calendar is a piece of modern art today, so it's a whopper. And just to make this day even better, my wife is going on a trip with one of the ladies she went to law school with, a little girls trip. They do that every year, and that is today. So I got to take care of the kids. But I've been up for like 2 hours because I had to already drop her off at the airport, and I surprised her with an upgrade on her flight, and she just texted me. So, yeah.
How
So
nice is
I've
that?
been at it for a while today. That's why I'm all dressed up,
Got you.
presentable. I wouldn't say dressed.
Okay, that makes sense. Now I'm ready to jump in.
Now we'll jump in. All right, we're going to start with Cadezilla. Michael Cade is up with his Cloud Native Weekly. By the way, Michael, thank you for doing this. This is really a good way to just be regular in the motions. But what sticks out on this one, Maddie?
So yeah, Michael is back with his All Things Cloudy series. We really missed Michael at the Kubernetes corner, right? I think everyone did. And he's just telling us about a few community projects he's been working on. One of them is an older one that I'm pretty sure everyone knows about it, the 90 Days of DevOps. And he's just talking about the focus of the 2023 that is the DevSecOps more than anything, and getting some subject matter experts that could talk about specific security topics. And he got Dean in this project. Apparently, Dean is the partner in crime, and he's been supporting a lot. And I think he's doing a lot of the OpenShift, and you have to appreciate in there how Michael Cade is inviting Dean to be more present at Kubernetes Corner. And I have to agree with that. Dean, come on. We know you have valuable content. Share it with us. Um,
Indeed.
and then he's also talking about a new project, which is called, what's this one? Up the Stack.
Up the stack.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is just very new, a few weeks ago, as he says in here. And this one is more, the goal of this project, as he says, is to look at the 55 graduated and incubating projects that are currently in the CNCF landscape. But I'm really looking forward to know more about it. I checked the website. There is a link to the website. If you just go to that link there, see it is just above where you were. Yeah,
Oh,
that
the up the
works.
stack link.
So exactly, it has a link, it has a website already. He's working on this. It's also connected to the 90 days of ops. So I'm really looking forward to see more of this. But as he said, it's pretty new. So yeah, just check out in here, read about the project. Also, like the 90 days of DevOps, they have a website, they have a GitHub. You're definitely going to find really interesting, useful content in there. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so first of all, this is awesome that Michael is doing this, kind of putting it in one spot. I, you know, I may have told you about these things, Maddie, about as a people manager. Like one of my is giving Michael this opportunity to jump right into the Kubernetes world. I think it was mid or late 2020. And, he just went right in, and I blown away by what he's done, from 90 days of DevOps and now this new project, up the stack. Outstanding, Cadezilla. Rock on, keep it up. Oh, I was just double checking. Yes, he does have the Kubernetes captain badge, but he could get a few more. We'll see. But
I'm
anyways,
sure
thank
he
you.
will.
Thank you for sharing, Michael. Great stuff. And speaking of Michael, let's go to the next Michael, and we'll talk. Michael Melter is up with an awesome title about a hallucinating hard disk. And I got a couple of thoughts on this one, but what stuck out to you, Maddie?
I got confused as well with the title, to be honest. But yeah, he had a situation where he had to do an entire VM restore for a customer. And then the customer got back because I think he saw like five, just like, what did he
Virtual
say with a,
disks. Yeah.
virtual desk instead of six. So he was like, why do I have like five instead of six? And then he had to, basically what he had to do to restore to the original location, he got the message that the original VM will be deleted first. But actually the VM was not deleted. It was just replaced in all the things in the backup. But the things that are not in the backup, like differing SCSI IDs, are left alone. That's what he's saying in here. And then link state comments that he never really restores by overwriting the original VM. He always proceeds with the restore other location and rename it VM restored. But then if you go to Michael Melter comments, he has some valid points as well, because he doesn't really agree necessarily to link state comments. So what is your takeaway in here?
Well, this is all very good stuff. So I think what's super important, and even Derek's jumping in. So everybody, first of all, this is a really good observation. And I'm just Rasmus, Mr. Certification, right? I gotta make sure, Mr. VMCE, make sure I don't say something wrong here. But I think this is really important because these details, like the SCSI IDs that are left alone, which is kind of this big observation from Michael Melter right here, that's actually really interesting. Like when I think about a restore, I don't personally get too wrapped up about the new configuration of a virtual machine, of the disk geometry and SCSI IDs. I really don't get into that because I think of image-based backup and capture and stuff like that. Link state brings up that he doesn't do this because he likes it really clean, I think is another way of looking at it. I also, when I go through a restore, to Melter's point here, anything quick. So quick rollback is fast, which is attractive. Instant VM recovery and then moving it to a new location is also a high-speed recovery technique that can make it attractive. So it really kind of depends is the best answer. But all of these points that are brought up by Michael and Link State and Derek, these are really good points. So I think this is something that is really worth sharing and just making everybody aware about, because there is some underlying kind of disk behavior that everybody should just be aware of.
Yeah, and I think he's sharing a link as well there with how to do it. And that's actually pretty straightforward if you go there. So just use it and you won't have any issue.
Yeah, I think Well, and I like also what Melter did. He mentioned down here is he just also played with it in the lab, right? And that's
Mhm.
another thing that's super important is getting these types of things in the lab and just understanding that map the inventory out before and after, and then of course run Veeam 1 to have infrastructure changes that would tell you what's going on as well. So awesome. Really good point here, Michael. Thank you so much for sharing. And this Michael is from Germany, and the Regnor is from Germany too. So we're going from Michael to Michael in Germany, and then from Germany to Germany again with Der Regnor. So we got Max up here with part 3 of a really cool series he's been working on.
Yeah, so this is just a very simple, straightforward, if you look at it, article. He's also sharing part 1 and part 2 of the HP Store 1's immutability with V12. So if you haven't read those, I really advise you to read it because they contain a lot of great content in there. I think they are even a bit longer than this one. This one is just about the feature. The other ones, I think he's talking about more features. So in this one, he talks about HP Store 1's backup repositories to factor authentication and gives us a demo on how to disable the feature. And I really like the summary part where he's giving us some 2FA security recommendations. So as I said, like very short and sweet, but I think this is very important for everyone to take in consideration.
I think this is super important in that regard, Maddie, because it's a combination of both the Veeam configuration, but also the HPE Store 1's configuration, because you really need to have both in that mindset of having it as secure as possible. So 2FA, I like this one right here. This is a super important one, because the out of band management credential, this is really good advice, practical field advice. And basically nobody, Ragnar is unique in a class around the world with his Veeam skills, friends. And I've got data from LabWars at VeeamON to prove it. So very good advice from the Ragnar. So thank you so much, Max, for sharing that. All right, so those were the featured pieces of content. I wanted to, and thank you for curating those, Maddie. I wanted to bring up 2 special department pieces of resources. First is the Upgrade Center for V12. We took a update for the Upgrade Center, updated it earlier just this week. I want to draw your attention to the post-publish updates section. Now, I had a couple of times when KB4420 was patch 1 and then patch 2, I've put those entries in here, and you see I strike them through now and say see August 1. I just want to draw everyone's attention that the patch 3 is now out. It's the same KB article, so if you're starting with V12 today, you would get the right upgrade, but just want to let everybody know patch 3 was out. If I could look and see what's in here, there was a number of small things. Again, when we look at V12 installed across the world, there's a lot of corner cases and things like that, private fixes that were rolled into it. So anyway, you can read up on that if you'd like. And then the last piece of special department news I want to bring up was an industry insights stream from Dave and Jason recently about cybersecurity, recovering anywhere. And it's really matched with the Veeam story and high-level capabilities, but it's also paired with some industry research. I know a couple weeks ago we highlighted the Ransomware Trends 23 report. That is inspiring some of that from Dave and Jason's talk track. A couple of pictures here, where people restoring. So just want to draw everyone's attention to that. And I don't know, Maddie, you've read the report as well. The more you read, the more interesting it gets, in my opinion.
Absolutely, there are so many things that obviously because it's so big, you can't be concentrated at one time to just go over it. So you just go back and you discover new interesting things, and you are like, oh wow! And that's why I like that. Like Dave and Jason, they always like have this show, and they bring all the time different perspective from the ransomware trends report, because this is important, like there are so many parts of that report that you cannot cover it one time, like it would be just too much.
Well, and there's always context, the scenario,
Yes.
and if I listen to this as a practicing technologist, I'm thinking about the infrastructure I have. What are the small changes that I can make that can put me in one of these more kind of better categories, right? That's really the goal of this. So thank you, Dave and Jason and Julie Webb, the research trio, we like to refer to them internally, for the data protection trends report, the cloud trends and ransomware trends and Salesforce trends. They're all awesome research shops. So check out that stream as well. And now we're going to pivot over to Sophia's offering here for the week of plus 133. Now we didn't do this last week because we went
2 weeks,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it is 2 weeks. Skimming through here, let's see. Anything? Oh, I like this. Rick F. I like anybody with a Rick is a good one. Veeam, that's cute. Dolphin. All right.
That's
Couple
cool. I
of,
want to know who's the dolphin.
yeah, and I always like the ones who come in with really short names, like here, Min, that's cute, so it's just Super Frankel, that's funny. I like that. Or Fractal, even better. Anyways, I love all these names here, but we're going to pick 6 for the coolest usernames, and they are DJ Westerman 7. Oh, Dolphin. I didn't actually remember what was on the list. Dolphin made the cut. Veeam. Oh, wow. These are 2 awesome ones here.
Leave me alone. Really?
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Anti-community, eh? Nah. R Hap for Boy, Tech Dance SoCal, Turktown Blue, and Dark Matter. I like them all. Leave me
Good
alone.
choices, Sophia. Great choices.
I think I'm gonna really give you a big mention. Leave me alone. I don't know if we will just leave you alone. So
I don't think so. Community won't leave you alone. Leave me alone. Sorry about that.
All right. And so then what's up for Alfred's pick? It is That's Nasty. And holler, That's Nasty. I was talking to you. I can't remember which post it was. It might have been the upgrade, or I can't remember, but we were talking about something. So welcome. Thank you for engaging early on here at the Veeam community. All right. We're bringing it back. Everyone, I'm telling you, it's all Maddie, it's all Sophia, the community team at Veeam Rocks. So Maddie, thank you so much for preparing everything here today.
Sure, Rick, and thank you very much.
Oh, next week I'm out of town though. I got to figure out what we're gonna do.
I already have a plan.
Oh, you got a plan? Of course you'd have a plan. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Well, thank you so much, Maddie. Thanks everyone for watching. And just like you all, I will find out what happens next week's too. Have a great week, everyone.